Anyway, let's give it a quick play and make sure that's spinning like we expect. It is. It's everything spinning, so we just have to bring this back to some kind of wheel structure, which is going to be fun. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your pal Impossibum here. We're back in Besiege. On today's docket, we're going to be doing something we haven't really done before on this channel. We're going to do Besiege build, but we're not going to be using the automation blocks. I know it's amazing, it's crazy, it's unheard of, but there's something I wanted to do that's equally as interesting that I haven't really dabbled with too much, and that is creating a steam engine driven car. Where you can change forward and reverse by changing gears and having the steam engine essentially drive the operation of the vehicle. This is something that could be quite troublesome to pull off. To be quite honest, I had trouble doing it. Anyway, I thought it'd be fun. I thought you guys might find it interesting. Maybe you'll have some ideas. Maybe you can show me up and make fun of me in the comments. Who knows? Anyway, let's get going. First off, I think we have to create some kind of engine for this thing. I think I'm going to stick with a rotational design. So we're going to go like that. Have it on the x-axis, right? Okay. I actually didn't mean to do that. Get rid of that. I don't know what I was thinking. What I really wanted to do is put down unpowered cogs. These are all be unpowered cogs. I'm not going to use powered anything other than the steam engine things that we make. That's going to power everything. All right, and we're going to make a wheel here, essentially. Go all the way around. And the important thing to note with this is we're going to want our wheels to rotate in separate directions. They can't all be going the same way. Anyway, let's make some room here. We're going to get rid of these blocks and we'll just hold them together with braces. That'll just take me a minute to get this set up here. And we're going to, the basic steam design is just to have a water cannon that's being ignited essentially by a torch. So that's what we're going to be doing momentarily. I just have to set up the braces here. Hopefully I can do somewhat quick. Maybe. Probably take me a minute. This might be a little bit slower of a video, if I'm being honest. I was thinking maybe I'd do like a montage through the build, but the whole point is to go over how to make a steam engine thing. So if I skip the build, then I'm kind of skipping the entire point of the video. So I didn't want to do that. It might be a little slow watching me build all this stuff, but I think it'll be interesting seeing the thoughts that go into these kind of things and how they slowly take form. Okay, let's go here. Go for a water cannon. I'm going to turn off symmetry for this because I'm going to need to have them go different ways. So this one will go... this one will go counterclockwise, apparently. And this one just has to go the opposite way. There we go. And now we just need to put torches there for each one. Actually, before I forget, let me pin down this middle block before I forget and I decide to set this thing off into space or something. All right, here we go. Small torch. We're gonna have. Actually, I think I turned symmetry back on for this one. Will you work for me? I think maybe that will not work for me. Okay, symmetry. Have to stay off for now. That's okay. Go there. There. Around over that way. And like that. Let's just check really quick. Does that do steam stuff? It does do steam stuff. It's a success. Okay, let's go back. We'll do the other side. Sometimes it's a little bit finicky about whether it wants to actually do this steam stuff properly for you. You have to move the torch around a little bit. But this seems to be working pretty good, so I'm happy about that. See if I can get a little closer here. Sometimes the camera angle gets a little silly. Alright, let's check. Everything doing steam stuff? They are. We're spinning along merrily. And essentially that is going to be where all our power is coming from, which we're then going to have to harness. So which way is forward with this thing? Let me go to the move. It'll show me. Alright, forward is this way. Okay, we have to face towards that little stepped mountain there. Alright, unclick that. Alright, let's create our gear mechanism that's going to transfer this power somewhere else. Alright, so we're going to need unpowered cog right there. And I think that's going to come down and power another cog. And I'll try to work it towards what's going to be the back, but is not the back currently. And let me see, we'll get another unpowered cog right there-ish. Does that mesh up? Yeah, it meshes up pretty good. Let's get rid of these blocks we're not going to be using. And let's just brace that up really quick. I think we'll just go straight up to the middle. We're going to have to reinforce that. The more power you put on things, the more these gears like to jostle around. Anyway, let's give it a quick play and make sure that's spinning like we expect. It is. It's everything spinning. So we just have to bring this back to some kind of wheel structure, which is going to be fun. But in the meanwhile, let's get some semblance of a base going that we're going to have to make sure this is kept high enough by the wheel so it doesn't smack into the ground. So this is going to be kind of a tall vehicle, I guess. Maybe we'll try to make it a decently wide base. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's build down a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to skip forward a little bit on this one. We'll just do a little quick montage. Building a basic frame itself is very simple. I'm sure you guys know how to do it, can figure it out. I'll go over it real quick when I'm done. So I'm going to montage this, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm going to show you what we have here so far. We have basically just a very basic frame here. We got the back here hooked up. This is going to be where our power comes from. And we're going to hook these gears up to these gears somehow. I haven't figured out quite how yet. And otherwise, all we have is a very simple return to center steering up front, which I can show you guys here. We just have this, this spinning right here, essentially. You have to have these bracketed and have one free moving in the middle like that, and just hook onto these brackets here on these hinges, and there you go. Then you have very simple return to center steering. I'm sure everyone's seen that before. So now we just have to go back into making these things mesh up some way, somehow. And one way I found fun to work with here, and I had a little bit of luck with, and I also braced this up a little bit so it doesn't, you know, wobble, hopefully, as much as it will under pressure. You see, our mechanism still works. It still does what it was doing before. Okay, so one thing I want to add here is a way to move these gears in the back. And some way, somehow, we're going to have to make that happen. We're going to use a large gear for this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep moving these things over until I like where they hook up. So I'm just going to make a couple of blocks here, see if I can put these down some way in a way that I like. Let me see here. Where's the thingies at? There we go. That doesn't quite reach. That reaches nice. We could do that. I think I want these to be bigger, though. In fact, I want these to be kind of huge. Because I would like very much to be able to... well, I'll show you what I have in mind later. But it's kind of interesting, and I like the way it works out. So let's maybe put these here, and then see what happens if we make them much larger. Maybe like, I don't know, 1.5%. Let's try that. That did not do what I wanted it to at all. Sometimes the typing on this thing is weird, where I want it to go back all the way, but it doesn't. So I'll go 1.5 on the X, 1.5 on the Y here. That might be a little bit too big, because I put this with the other one, and it probably will not fit cohesively. Let me just try it real quick. I think that's a little bit too big, though. But I want to see for myself, know for sure. We might go with something like 1.25 or something. Yeah, those are a little bit much, I'd say. Those are a little bit too big. Let's go with, let's try maybe like a 1.3 maybe. Get rid of all this 1.35, because I don't know, why not? Because I don't want these to actually mess with each other. That would be bad. And we'll make this one. Actually, I can just copy this one. Copy this one, put it onto this one. Does that work? Does that make me happy? It doesn't quite connect to the sides, but I can just, you know, scooch it on over a little bit, and I think I'll be fairly happy with it, the way that'll work. Let me see here. Let's scooch it just a bit. We'll go halfway over this way. Is that still lining up pretty good? Yeah, I'm still pretty happy with that. And we'll scooch this one over just a little bit. There we go. And those should still connect there, hopefully. And we just have to find a good home for these. So we'll get rid of... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that at all. There we go. We'll get rid of this block. Why does it keep doing that? Let me just stop doing that right there. Get rid of that block. Get rid of that block. And I think we'll just scooch this block over to be where we want it to be here. So we're going to scooch it over half a block. Same with this one. All right, and let's actually connect these up properly. So let's get rid of these old braces, and we'll hook up new ones that actually incorporate these new blocks appropriately. Let's hook up over this way. This one is the world's shortest block connection in the world. And let's reinforce that a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. So hopefully, does this stay connected? Is it all happy? Okay, good. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys something I think will be a little bit fun. If I get the spacing right, it'll be fun. If not, it'll probably suck and be embarrassingly bad. We'll see how it goes, because it can go either way. It can be bad. Anyway, let's see what we can do to mesh with these gears and get some kind of mechanism set up here so that we can drive that with the power from generated with our steam engine here. Let me go like that, maybe up one, something like that. All right, let's put a steering mechanism on here. The basic steering. Where's the steering joint at? Is it here? It might be under vehicles. There we go. You can shove that there. Get rid of it because I meant it to flip around like that. There we go. And let's see here. What kind of gear do I want to use on this? Maybe a medium? You'd be happy with a medium? I think I need this to be a little bit higher, actually. Now I'm looking at it. It looks like it probably will not be happy where it currently is. Let me go to the move thing here. I can always move things to make them a little bit happier wherever they end up. But I do want them to be somewhat in the right place. I think that'd mesh well if I get the dimensions proper. So let me, I guess I can get rid of this stuff here, because that's just taking up space. And I'll get this soldered into place, essentially. Hopefully it works out. See, we'll connect these, we'll connect these also to the sides over here, just to give it a little bit more stability. These things, oh yeah, I forgot I had symmetry on it. Did it for me there. Alright, let's make this one a little bit bigger. This gear right here. I don't know how much bigger it's going to have to be. We're going to have to play with this a little bit. Start with like 1.3. About 1.3 here as well. And we're probably going to have to mess with it on the z-axis. I don't know. Let's see what happens when we turn it. Let's go into this. And we're going to turn this for... Actually, let me redo that. We'll go like that. And like that. Alright. Does that mesh? Nope. We're going to have to increase that on the z-axis. But this is essentially how we're going to make this thing go either forward and backwards. This is the plan. I can't promise it'll work like we want, but that's the plan. Alright. Actually, I think I actually want these interconnecting now that I think about it. I'm being a goofball. We'll get it figured one way or the other. I will make this work. Now, we want this bigger on the z-axis regardless, so it actually reaches them. Maybe we'll try like 1.5. Something like that. Will it mesh as we're hoping it will? Let's see here. Look, it almost meshes. It's close, but not quite. I think we need these to actually be a little bit bigger. The ones on the side here. I might have to make them bigger. It's just gonna have to happen. I think I actually want them interlocking, unlike I did before. Let's get rid of that and move it out the way. We're gonna have to move these over actually a little bit now that I want them interlocking. Sorry about this. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. I did, I did work on this a bit to kind of get things working, but it's, I'm remaking it as I go, trying to make things all fit and be happy, which is kind of rough. This is, for me at least, it's not easy to get steam engine things going as they should. It's kind of like playing with things and seeing how it all intermingles together and if it gets happy or not. Alright, so let's see if we can get this one to work. Holy moly, that was not what I wanted at all. And it's like 10 times more than what I wanted. Okay, 1.5. It's not quite big enough, actually. We're going to want... Did I not move this one? I feel like they're not where they should be right now. Anyway, we'll put this one to 1.5 as well. Okay, actually that will work. That'll work pretty good. They interlock pretty good there. They still interlock with the gears here. I think that's actually pretty good. We're going to need more room here. I didn't give myself much room to work over here. In fact, we might actually be jammed a little bit over here. It's a possibility. We'll have to see how that goes. Let's get rid of these braces because they're no longer good where they are currently. I'm going to have to move this one back, I think, at least a little bit. So let's get this and that. We'll move it back to like there, maybe? I don't know. We're going to have to see what makes this thing happy. I'm not quite sure yet. Some way or another, we're going to have to make all these things mesh up. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that yet, because we're kind of jamming ourselves a little bit here. Alright. We'll have to make this one bigger again. Oh, not freeze, scaling. Let's go with like 1.3 again. We'll try it again, see if it works. And we'll definitely have to work on the Z-axis a little bit. Go. And the Z, it's going to have to come out more than it currently is. A decent amount more. Actually, let me just double check. Make sure I'm not making things up. Do I not have this hooked up anymore? You should still be... Was I hitting the wrong button? Why aren't we turning? This should be set up to T and G. Oh, because oh, okay. Because I did something wrong is why it's not working. We have to move this back. Like that. Now it should work, hopefully. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, we're not quite interlocking here. We're going to have to bring this one out just a little bit. It shouldn't be that bad, though. It should totally be doable. What did I say, like 1.5 last time? Something like that? Will this interlock now? Will it be happy? It's still going to be a little bit close. We might... It kind of sort of does. We're going to need more than that. Maybe I should bring it like half a block closer. I think that might be what I do, and I'll leave it a little bit smaller than it currently is. And like I said, guys, this is a lot of testing and just seeing what feels good and what's working. I mean, at least for me. I'm sure people who are, who put a lot more work into this, are more familiar with this kind of stuff, could probably do it better than me by a large margin. All right. I did not mean it to be 1.53. I just wanted it to be 1.3. All right, does this work the way we want? We have to reconnect this over here with something, otherwise it's going to fall when we try to test it. So let's just do that real quick. And we'll reconnect it via the sides here. There we go. Get that nice and sturdy. All right, so now when we rotate this, it doesn't connect very, very strongly. We're going to have to up the Z size on that just a little bit, because it's not quite connecting fully. Which will cause issues when we try to transfer power through that. We're gonna want this up just a little bit. Let's see what 1.6 looks like. I wish there was better scalers. They didn't leave me such weird numbers on that. It drives me a little crazy. All right, let's try it again. That looks like a much better connection. It's still a little bit weak. I probably want to up it just a little bit, but I'm fairly happy with that. We can leave it for now and then just up it a little bit in testing if we're not happy with it. But I'm pretty happy with that for the most part. So now that we have that, we have to get this power down to here, essentially. That is the big goal now, and I think this is going to be a little interesting. I'm not quite sure the best way to go about it right now, to be honest with you. Let me see here. We have... I have one idea that kind of sort of might work. Maybe. I mean, we can extend this over and then make this thing even larger, maybe, so it actually still connects. I don't know. We're just going to have to play with this and see what happens. So let's bring this over. We'll get these both highlighted, if I can. We'll make a copy of that with Control D. Move it on over a little bit. Is that still interwoven? Yeah, that looks good. Now, how do we get these to the mesh is the problem. I need this one to be like a lot wider on the z-axis, to be like ridiculously wide, or I need this one to be bigger here. Maybe I can just go with a large, whatchamacallit here, large gear here. Maybe that would just work better? I don't know, let's give it a shot. I did not mean to do that. Let's connect these up really quick before we forget. Gotta keep these from being too unhappy. Can I just get a quick connection right there and just cheat it? There we go. And maybe I can just... Hold on. I'm getting weird views here. Okay. Can we just, like, shove this... like here? Like that? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see if that yells at us. Let's get rid of this one real quick. See if we can throw a large on here and make that work. Possibly. I don't know. It might be too ridiculous. We might have to move this back a little bit more. It's actually too large for what we're wanting here. We might have to stick with a small and just make it like ridiculously huge. Because yeah, that's not working. We're getting intersection errors here. And the medium's happy. We just have to make it ginormous, I think. I don't know. Or we can use like 2 of these. Maybe 2 would just work out better. Put like another one like right below this. Hold on, let me see if I can Oh, this is where it's supposed to be. Oh, okay. I caused issues with my own thing by putting it right there. Well, let me get rid of that real quick. We'll put this one back. We'll make it ginormous again. And we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to see. We're going to see what we see. I forget what we even had this set up to. It was like 1.3 and then 1.5 maybe. Something like that. Oh, maybe like 1.6 actually on the Z. Oh my god, why does it keep doing that? I wish, man, I wish this was a little bit better. Like I don't want it to have one be 1.3, one be like 1.3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 4, blah 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 blah. That just drives me crazy. All right, I think we had this one at like 1.6 or something, maybe something like that. Let's see. Do you move? You do not move. You are way too jammed right where you are. Let's put you back down. We want it to still be able to move, at least somewhat. It has to be able to switch gears like I want it to. Oh, some weird things have happened. I have to redo things. I did weird things. Weird things are happening. Everything's weird. We're gonna have to rethink everything ever. Get rid of that. We'll get rid of this for now because it's making weird things happen. Right. Can you work? Actually, get rid of this because that's not even supposed to be there. There we go. Will you work the way I want now? You do. Okay, you just don't mesh quite full enough like I wanted you to before. We're gonna work on that. Getting this thing to actually hook up properly might be a giant pain in the butt. I might have to cut back and get back to it. Let's see if we can make this thing a little bigger. Maybe 1 point... It was like 1.6 last time. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's meshing pretty decently right there. Fairly happy with that. Let's bring it up just a little bit. Maybe 1.65 and I'll leave it. Oh, camera. No. Oh, there we go. Alright, there we go. We got stuff meshing. We just have to somehow get the power from here to this, from this gear here over to here, and then we have the front and reverse already worked out. And as you can see, our things still spin. We still have spinny things, which is always nice. Anyway, guys, I'm going to cut out just for a second. I'm going to get this gear thing figured out. I'm going to stare at it with until I go blind, and we'll get this figured out. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Alright, guys, we are back. We finally got this figured out. Things look a little bit different. We moved the engine up a little bit so we can give ourselves a little bit more room to work with here. We threw in a big sprocket here. And I think, well, you know, let's just see things in action. Let's see how it goes. Let's get it going. Let's turn the engine on. And I hit T to go forward. And it moves the gear over to this wheel here. Starts spinning that, and we're going. I also got rid of the return to center steering simply because whenever I was going reverse, the wheels would lock up and go completely sideways, and it totally screwed up our progression here. And as you can see, we're going forward, and we can turn around a little bit. It's a very slow vehicle, but that's to be expected with steam engines for the most part. Alright, so we're going forward without issue. Hopefully you guys can see that. Now let's go backwards. Let's see how we go backwards. Oh, we're moving. We're doing stuff. It's happening. We can turn. Like I said, it's a very slow progress. It's a steam engine. That's the sort of stuff happens, but it's functional. It's not the most functional thing in the world, but hey, it looks crazy. Look at all this crazy fire steamy stuff going on. It's swirling and it's exciting, and I say it's a success. Maybe not the most brilliant success in the world, but we set out to make a vehicle powered by a steam engine, and we have done that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned a little something. Maybe you learned what not to do with steam engines. Maybe I haven't worked with these very much yet. I just thought it'd be fun, fun little experiment for us to work on. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been Besiege. If you guys are interested, I will have a link down in the description. If you guys are new here, you can subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon so you know when I put in content. Smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.